This is Emily Collins. We're going to be doing a nice and gentle flow today. I know there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world right now, so with a lot of people unable to leave their homes and whatnot, I thought a really nice way to kind of be able to settle in place and maybe find some exercise or inner stillness or waving that anxiety away temporarily while being at home is just to do some nice home video yoga, which I've been doing lately. I love it, so I wanted to let you all have the opportunity as well. So we're just going to start in a nice, easy sitting position. Maybe just rocking a little side to side, finding a lot of easy stillness here, or a little bit of movement. Just nice, easy motions, just really noticing the way your body can rock and feel maybe a little differently today. And then eventually just finding a place of stillness, a place of balance right in between all of the rocking, just finding that center point. Maybe rolling your shoulders back a little bit, just feeling your spine nice and tall. And just starting to take some nice, big, easy breaths. Just nice, easy breaths, not really trying to control it at all, just letting it be big and smooth. Just really trying to tune in to how your body might feel today, any tension that might be arising, just letting it come and letting it go. And maybe if at any point you start seeing thoughts coming and going and just noticing that happening, just allow them to pass right by. Just acknowledge that they're happening and just trying to come back to your present breath in this present moment. Just a few more big, easy breaths. No control over it. Again, just trying to come back to your breath every time your thoughts start to stray. Taking one big inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Another big inhale through the nose. All the way to the top, and then open mouth, exhale. One last big inhale through the nose all the way to the very top. Then open mouth, exhale, just let it go. Just coming back to this place of stillness. Take a big inhale, reaching our arms all the way up overhead, interlacing our fingers, and rocking over to the right. All the way back up to center and rocking over to the left. Rocking back to center and twisting open to the right here. Inhaling, maybe sitting up a little bit taller. Exhale, rotating a little bit deeper. One more breath just like that. Inhale, sitting a little bit taller. Exhale, rotating a little deeper. Big inhale coming all the way back to center. Exhale, rotating open to the opposite side. Inhale, sitting up a little bit taller. Exhale, rotating a little deeper. Again, with that inhale, sitting up a little bit taller. Exhale, rotating a little deeper. And inhale, slowly reaching your hands all the way to the sky. Exhale, folding forward, just nice and easy. Maybe finding stillness or finding some movement. Whatever feels best here. Maybe twisting a little bit. Just really adding any little flares here that feel really good. And slowly inhaling to rise. We're going to use our arms to open out our legs to a nice little straddle here. Inhaling as you lift up. Exhaling as you rotate over to the right. Just laying over that leg a little bit. Again, maybe you're finding stillness, just laying over it. Maybe you're starting to walk your hands to one side or the other, finding a little bit of rocking movement, whatever really feels good in your body. Just a couple more breaths here, really breathing into this space. And slow inhale, rising back up, and exhaling over to the other side. And just easy movements here. Maybe walking to one side or walking to the other, just laying flat, finding some stillness, or just rocking side to side, whatever again feels really good. Maybe this side's a little bit different than the other side, and that's totally okay. And slowly rising all the way back to center. Big breath and exhale as you fold forward. And just nice, easy breaths here. Either finding stillness, or maybe walking your hands to one side or walking your hands to the other. Or just rolling forward, just finding some little movements. Just a couple more breaths here. And slowly rising all the way back up and planting your hands behind you. Maybe lifting your chest, maybe your hips come off the ground, whatever feels good here. Just one breath here. And then slowly coming back forward. We're going to recross our legs and roll forward, coming onto our hands and knees in tabletop pose. So just coming here and just starting to find little movements that feel really good. Maybe you're rocking side to side, just allowing your eyes to fall closed and really generating some natural, easy movements here. You're allowing your neck to fall down. Anything that feels really good here. Easy movements, and on an inhale, we're going to lift our gaze and drop our belly, coming into cow pose. Exhale, pushing the mat away for cat. Inhale for cow once more. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Maybe finding a little extra movement here, just like in the beginning. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. One last time, exhale for cat. And then coming back to center, we're going to lift our right hand all the way to the sky. Really big movement here. Maybe doing some little shoulder circles or wrist movement. And then exhale as you bring that shoulder all the way down to the mat. Just holding for a few breaths here. Just allowing your shoulder to settle downward. Just nice, big, easy breaths. One more big breath here. Then inhaling as you slowly uncurl, lifting the arm in the sky. Maybe doing a little bit more wrist rotation or arm circles before dropping that down to the ground, rocking those hips out side to side just for a little spine release there. Then lifting that left hand all the way up to the sky. Again, same thing here, maybe little shoulder movements or wrist circles. And then threading the needle, bringing that shoulder all the way to the mat. Again, just big, easy breaths here, relaxing downward. Just 2 more breaths, really finding space to breathe in. And your next inhale, slowly I'm going lifting that arm to the sky, maybe rolling it out once more. And then dropping the hand to the ground again, rocking those hips out a little bit, just for a little release in the spine there, recentering. And then spreading your fingers extra wide, tucking those back toes and lifting your hips to the sky. For a big down dog here. Just playing with that down dog, maybe walking with one leg or the other, bending your knees, maybe finding a little bit of side to side movement, whatever really feels good here. Just really playing with that for a couple more breaths as you start to wake up your calves. We just slowly start to walk all the way tippy-toe to the very top of your mat. Just allow your head to fold forward, just dangling down here. Just big, easy breaths, just relaxing. Try to relax your jaw, your tongue, your face, just settling downward. Nice bend in the knees if there's any tension. So inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, slowly rising up one vertebrae time, reaching your arms to the sky, interlacing those fingers and just rocking it over to the right. Inhaling back to center, rocking over to the left. Inhaling back to center, again rocking over to the right, maybe this time going a little farther and just finding some little swinging side to side movements here. And all the way back to center and just rocking over to the other side. way back up. Big exhale, folding forward. And again, slowly starting to rise up 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, just reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, this time twisting open to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twisting open to the left. Inhale back to center. Big exhale, folding forward, whichever way you need. And just relaxing downward. One more time, just like that, really slowly rising up, bringing your hands to the sky. Exhale, this time just going straight down, all the way to that, stepping it back to your high plank and just holding here for a breath. Engaging maybe some little side-to-side movement here, just trying to find a little play in a pose that's normally really hard. Just easy movements here, really breathing into this space. I'm going to just slowly lower our belly all the way down to the mat, nice and easy here. Just finding a little movement in a low cobra, really waking up that spine a little bit more. Just a few more breaths here. And slowly rising up, pushing up to a full cobra or maybe an up dog. And just playing with little movements here. Just listening to what really feels good to your body right now. Maybe it's stillness, maybe it is this rocking side to side twisting, looking over one way or the other. And then lowering back down, rising up to low cobra, exhaling all the way back down again. Inhaling for low cobra, exhale back down. Inhale once more, talking those back toes, lifting all the way back up to your down dog. Again, just walking the dog a little bit, bending one leg or the other, really finding a nice release here. Pushing the mat. We're going to inhale, lifting that right leg all the way to the sky. Maybe start to bend into it, opening up your hips. Finding any little movement here that feels really good. Maybe some little circles. And then exhale, slowly bring that leg all the way in between your hands, coming into a low lunge. From here, just finding a little movement, maybe rocking side to side, just really waking up into those hips a little bit more. We're going to drop that back knee. It might be nice to have a blanket under there if you have sensitive knees. And again, just playing with a little movement still here, deepening into that hip just a little bit more now. Just big, easy breaths, focusing on how your breath makes you feel, how this pose makes you feel, and even here, noticing if any thoughts are coming, just letting them go. And exhale, slowly start to shift back. Coming into your half monkey, just folding over that leg just as far as is comfortable. If there's a lot of tension, just a nice little bend in the knee, or just folding forward, maybe rocking side to side. Just really playing with gentleness today and listening to ease in your body, what feels good. And slowly walking those hands all the way forward, lifting your right hand to the sky for a simple twist. And then dropping that hand to the ground. We're going to step that foot all the way back and then holding here again for just a breath. Maybe rocking it side to side a little bit. Just easy movements here. Maybe rocking forward or back or side to side, just really engaging. And then we're just going to lower to the ground nice and easy. Lifting up again for a lower full cobra, just looking over one side or the other, just really easing into the back. If it doesn't feel good, just going down to a lower position maybe. And then slowly talking those back toes, pushing it back all the way once more to your down dog. Again, walking the dog once more, just really releasing those calves, coming back to your breath a little bit. This time inhaling as you lift your left leg to the sky again, maybe opening up those hips a little bit. Nice easy movements here. And then exhale, lead a nose, bring it all the way through to your low lunge. And again, just holding this for a moment here, playing into a little bit of movement. Really just waking up those hips a little bit more, really engaging here. Just big, easy breaths, just breathing into the space, trying to focus on where you are right now. And dropping that back knee, deepening that stretch just a little bit. Again, maybe finding stillness or a little bit of movement. Maybe if you did this on the other side, just reaching up your hands to the sky, just really playing with whatever feels good. maybe just doing the same thing you did on the other side. And then slowly starting to shift back, folding over that leg. Again, any tension, just nice bend in the knees. Maybe rocking side to side or just finding stillness. Just really working into any muscles that really feel like it's needed right now. Slowly starting to fold forward, tucking those back toes, lifting that left hand to the sky, and dropping the hand in that, stepping it back to your high plank, and either dropping your knees first or slowly lowering down, inhaling for your up dog, and holding here for a moment, just looking over one shoulder, the other if that feels good, and exhaling, tucking those toes, lifting it back up to your down dog, and just coming back to your breath here for a moment. And inhale that right leg all the way to the sky. And opening up in those hips a little bit if that feels good. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through all the way low lunge. Just holding here for a moment. Really finding stability. Again, working into those hips just a little bit. If we're slowly engaging as you reach up through your legs, coming all the way up into high crescent. So checking in with your alignment here perhaps. Just taking big, easy breaths. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale as you settle downward. Inhale again, rising up. Exhale, settle downward. One more time, inhale up, rising up. Exhale, settling downward. Just taking a big, easy breath here. And then maybe starting to walk that left hand all the way down, reaching the right to the sky. And a little simple twist, engaging here. Dropping that hand, stepping it back to your high plank. And again, lowering down, going through your vinyasa. Or always just meeting in your down dog, skipping all of that. Just big breaths here. Next, inhale, lift that left leg to the sky again, opening up your hips a little bit, big easy breaths. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through low lunge. And again, just engaging here for a breath. Really trying to engage your leg muscles, feeling into the space. Slowly pushing up as you engage up to your high crescent. Really just engaging here, lifting your hands to the sky. Just holding for stillness for a couple breaths here. And inhaling as you rise up. Exhale, pressing back downward. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, pressing downward. One more time, inhale, rising up. Exhale, pressing downward, holding for one more breath. And slowly dropping that right hand to the ground, reaching your left to the sky. Big breath here, simple twist, engaging. And then just dropping that hand to the ground, stepping it back, and just lowering down nice and easy, coming into a little up dog, just twisting again over one shoulder to the other, just nice and easy in your back. And tucking those back toes, lift your ups, coming into your down dog. This time, once more, starting to slowly walk your feet all the way behind your hands, just folding forward, releasing down, kind of relaxing that jaw a little bit. Just rocking it out side to side. Slowly, we're going to plant that right hand in the ground, lift the left to the sky, nice little twist here. Big bend in the knees if there's any tension. One more big breath. Then releasing that left hand to the ground, reaching the right to the sky again, simple twist. One more big breath here. And dropping those hands to the ground. Inhaling for a flat back halfway lift. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, slowly rising up one vertebra at a time, reaching those hands to the sky. Again, interlacing those fingers and shifting over to the right. Just a nice, simple breath here. And Inhaling back to center and exhaling over to the left. Inhale back to center, and this time coming into chair pose. So feet can be hip width distance apart, big toes to touch, just shifting back. Just as far as is comfortable, just really engaging here. Maybe hands to heart center to rest, or folding backward, maybe binding. Whatever feels good there. Just a couple big breaths here. Inhale, reaching all the way up to the sky. Exhale, twisting back into your chair pose, bringing your elbows over to the right. Just a big breath here. One more big breath here, really breathing into this twist. Inhale, slowly rising all the way up, and exhale, twisting open to the opposite side. Big, easy breath here. Again, just really using that breath to engage in the twist, just relaxing into it as much as you can while engaging those legs. One more big breath here. Inhaling all the way back up to the sky, big exhale, folding forward. And again, just rocking it out side to side, nice release here. And slowly walking your feet all the way back to your down dog. Pushing that mat away. Maybe a little calf release, bending one leg or the other once more. Inhale, big lift, reaching that right leg to the sky, one-legged dog, maybe opening up a little bit or just keeping it straight. Exhale, knee to nose, step through the low lunge. Lifting that right hand to the sky for a simple twist here. Exhale, releasing that hand to the ground and reaching all the way back up. Just really engaging. Inhaling as you rise up. Exhale, shifting back down. One more time, inhale, rise up. Exhale, shift back down. And inhale, twisting open into your warrior two. Checking in with that alignment, nice big bend in the knee here, whatever feels comfortable, gazing out of that front hand. Just holding for breath here. Just trying to rest and relax into the stillness of this pose, finding the strength, stability here. Inhale, slowly reaching all the way up. Exhale, back into your warrior two. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, back to that warrior two. One more time, inhale, lifting all the way back up. Exhale, warrior two. This time, inhale, shifting that back hand all the way back, reversing your warrior. Just as far as is comfortable here. And slowly coming forward, extended side angle, maybe that forearm plants on your thigh there. Maybe again, playing with little circles here with your arms, whatever really feels good. And slowly rising back up again, reversing that warrior. Just big, easy breaths here. And slowly shifting forward, extended side angle once more. Slowly rising all the way back up to your warrior two, cartwheeling those hands to the ground, stepping it back to your high plank, and then just lowering to the ground. Maybe you're going through a chaturanga or just coming straight into an up dog. Just really trying to focus on ease in today's practice, not pressing yourself for any extra challenges that you're not really up to or feeling up to today. I guess we're always up to challenges if we want to be, so. But excellent, jacking those back toes, lifting your hips, coming into your down dog. And inhale as you lift that left leg to the sky, maybe opening up, doing some little circles here. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through low lunge, and pressing up to your high crescent. Just big, easy breaths here. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale as you twist open into your warrior two. Again, just gazing out over that front hand, really playing with this movement here. Just trying to find ease. See if you can relax your shoulders a little bit more, despite finding strength as you engage outward. Just two more breaths here, just really finding stability and strength in this pose, while also trying to find ease. And inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, settling back into your warrior two. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, settling into your warrior two. Inhale, lifting all the way up one more time. Exhale, settling into your warrior two. Next inhale, reversing your slide back in, down your back leg, just as far as is comfortable again. And slowly shifting forward, coming into extended side angle. Big, easy breath here. And maybe finding some little movements in your shoulder if that feels better for you. Waiting to the trees, basically. Slowly rising back up, reversing that warrior once more. And slowly folding all the way back forward, extended side angle. Rising back up to your warrior two, and exhaling as you cartwheel those hands to the ground, stepping it back to your high plank. And again, either going through your vinyasa or just settling down right away into an up dog. Whatever feels best here. Little movements, always feel good. Pushing away into a full up dog, and then tucking those back toes, coming into your down dog. Again, inhaling as you reach that right leg all the way up to the sky, maybe opening it up if it feels good. And exhale, knee to nose, step it through low lunge, pushing up as you engage into your high crescent, opening up into your warrior two. Reversing your warrior, and folding forward, extended side angle. Maybe this time if it feels good, half binding, maybe full binding if that feels good or if it's in your practice. Just nice, easy breaths here. Reaching back up and coming back to your warrior two. We're going to slowly start to shift forward into your half moon pose. Maybe your hand comes down to the ground or to anything that's available to you. So just working into that, engaging outward, opening up your chest to the wall or whatever you're facing. Really breathing into the space here. And then switching it out, planting that opposite hand on the ground, coming into revolve to the half moon. And slowly rotating back open into your half moon pose. And this time coming all the way forward, shifting a little bit as we come straight into standing splits here. Just really working into that movement. And then planting that back foot, coming back into your low lunge, planting that back knee and just shifting back, straightening that leg, just relaxing down. Just a nice little release for all that calf tension that might be building. Slowly shifting forward, tucking that back leg, planting that right foot, left foot all the way forward, and just rocking it out side to side. Just nice, easy breaths here. Slowly rising all the way back up, reaching those hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just holding for a breath here. And inhale, reaching those hands to the sky. Exhale, folding downward. And this time, stepping that right foot back, coming straight into the low lunge and engaging upward into your high crescent. Opening up into your warrior two. Reversing that warrior. And folding all the way forward. Again, maybe half binding or full binding if it's in your practice. Just big, easy breaths here, just settling in. Rising back up to your warrior two. And then again, slowly starting to shift forward into your half moon, just reaching out for whatever's there. Opening up your body to the wall. Engaging that back foot. And we're going to switch it out, planting that opposite hand on the ground and reaching the other to the sky for revolved half moon. Really engaging that bottom foot here. And then again, switching it out, coming back to that half moon pose. And then slowly centering it out, releasing into half standing split. Any little movements here that feel good, just playing with that. One more breath here. And slowly planting that foot, dropping that back knee and relaxing back into half monkey for a little calf release here. Slowly coming all the way forward, planting that right foot by the left and just rocking it out side to side. This time, slowly shifting those feet all the way out and just coming into a little squat here. Just playing with any little movements that feel good. Maybe lifting one hand to the sky or the other. Whatever really feels good here to just release. Maybe if you want to play into crow a little bit, you can start to just rock into that. Maybe lifting one foot or the other. Maybe both come off the ground. But again, just playing, just trying to have fun. Finding a little bit of ease here. Little motions, little movements, anything that feels good. And slowly lifting those back hips and just coming into a wide-legged forward fold. You either stay here if that feels like enough, or maybe taking 2 fingers to wrap under those big toes and just folding downward, big bend in the knees. And slowly rising, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rising all the way back up. One vertebra at a time, reaching those hands to the sky. Interlacing those fingers and rocking it over to the right. Coming all the way back up to center and rocking it over to the left. All the way back to center. And just allowing your hands to come back to heart center. Just nice, big, easy breaths here. Just trying to come back to your breath, back to your purpose, your practice. Just trying to find nice, easy breaths here, nice, easy movement, anything that feels really good in your breath. Maybe even rocking side to side, just to play a little bit more. Feeling like the trees a little bit, just waving in the wind. Nice, easy breaths. And slowly now reaching those hands all the way back up to the sky. Exhale as you swan dive all the way back forward, just rocking it out side to side. And walking back whatever way possible, just meeting yourself in down dog. Maybe going through a vinyasa or just skipping it straight to down dog. Inhaling that right leg all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, knee all the way over to your right bicep, just holding there for a breath. Maybe find a little ledge. And inhaling it all the way back out. Exhale over to the left bicep, just holding for another breath. Inhale, kicking it all the way back out. Exhale again, coming to that left bicep, maybe extending that foot all the way out and reaching that left hand to the sky. One breath here, just really opening everything up. Releasing the hand to the ground and bringing it straight into pigeon pose on this side. So again, you can start with your hands framing your hips or slowly start to fold forward. Just releasing your head down, trying to let go of any tension that's being held. Again, even here you can play with stillness or rocking side to side, just really listening to what feels best for your body. Just big, easy breaths, filling up and settling down. Just a few more breaths here, just really waking up into that side hip. You can either stay here, slowly start to rise up on those forearms and pigeon moonwalk side to side, just to find a place to really rest. That feels maybe super sticky in your hips and just kind of lingering there for a little bit longer. Again, just resting downward, relaxing into this place. Slowly coming back to center and rising up. Maybe starting to lean forward as you reach back. Doing a little quad stretch here. Anything that really feels good. If that doesn't feel good, then don't play with that. Releasing it downward. Instead of going back to down dog, we're going to take that back leg and pull it all the way forward on top of the right leg here. Just settling down into a little bit of fire logs or box pose or whatever you want to call it. Bringing your hips all the way back and just hands all the way back and lifting your chest to the sky. Or maybe starting to walk all the way forward. Just Just feeling really easy in your body here. Again, I'm playing with a lot of movement today, but if your body is more calling for stillness, then totally option to play with that instead. Just whatever feels nice and easy in your body. Big, easy breaths. Just a few more breaths here. Slowly start to uncoil, just going back the way we came, pressing that left leg all the way back, rising back and extending that right leg all the way back to the sky. Maybe this time planting it down into wild thing, if that feels good for you today. Otherwise, just playing with whatever feels good. And then just dropping that right foot to the ground, this time lifting that left foot all the way to the sky. Exhale, bringing it over to your left bicep, holding for a breath here, maybe making a little ledge. And exhale, kicking it back out. Inhale, bring it all the way over to the opposite bicep, holding for a second. Kicking it back out. And exhale, back to that opposite bicep, this time extending that leg out and lifting your right hand to the sky. Holding for a couple breaths here, really feeling open and spacious. And planting that back down and shifting back all the way in here to pigeon pose on this side. So again, starting with those hands framing those hips. Maybe instead starting to walk forward and just resting downward, finding a little stillness here. Just big, easy breaths, whatever feels good. Again, just settling downward and trying to find ease in your body, whatever that means for you today. Just a few more breaths here. Just really breathing into the space of your body, settling downward. And either staying here or starting to rise up on your forearms and just pigeon moonwalking side to side, finding a place that feels really sticky here, and just lingering there. Just a couple more breaths. Again, using each inhale to really fill up, each exhale to just settle downwards, settling into your hips, settling into any place of tension. Just trying to relax into that place. Slowly coming back to center, and you're staying there, maybe starting to rise up, kicking that back leg in your hand and just playing with a little bit of a quad stretch here, if that feels good. Releasing it back downward. We're going to shift all the way over, stacking that back leg on top of the front. And coming into this little outer hip stretch here, you can place your hands behind you and reach your chest to the sky. Or slowly start to fold forward here. Again, playing with stillness or movement, whatever's feeling really good in your body today. Maybe even adding a little neck stretch here, just relaxing your neck, doing some little circles. Just a couple more breaths, really using each inhale to fill up, each exhale to just settle downward. A lot of these outer hip stretches do a lot of work for us since we don't stretch those outer hips too much. So just trying to really use your exhale here to relax into those spaces that really need it. And slowly uncoiling, we're just going to unwind back to where we came, placing that back leg behind, coming back into pigeon, extending that leg all the way back up. Again, maybe opening up into wild thing here. Or just shifting into whatever feels good until we eventually come back to down dog. And once more, we're going to lift that right leg all the way to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through low lunge. Engaging as we lift all the way up to high crescent. Opening up into warrior two. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhale, settling back down. 2 more times, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, settling back down. 1 more time, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, settle back downward. Inhale, reversing your warrior, sliding back hand down your back leg. And exhale as you come all the way back forward. Again, maybe half binding here, maybe full binding if it's in your practice. And if you want to start wiggling that foot all the way up to meet the other, starting to play with lifting that right foot extra slow to the sky. Maybe straightening it out if that feels good, or just leaving it bent. Or maybe you're still down, just binding fully and playing with opening your chest to the wall. 1 more breath here. Releasing your arms, squeezing that knee in. If you're not already standing, just slowly come into that place. Just coming into a quick tree pose here. Just a place to find stillness, release. Just big, easy breaths. And try to find a little bit of movement here. Maybe close your eyes for a little challenge. Not as easy as it sounds. And slowly pulling that knee back in. Just 1 more quick outer hip stretch, grabbing that foot with your left hand and extending outward, opening up. Coming back to center, and maybe 1 more quick release, kicking that foot all the way out, maybe playing with a little pose here, big toe hold, or just keeping it bent in, whatever feels good. Eventually coming back to a place, squeezing that leg in, releasing into the ground and just folding forward. Big release, maybe big bend in the knees, little ankle movement to release all that ankle tension you're holding there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step it back to your high plank. Just engaging here again for a little bit of movement, a little bit of breath. And again, going through your vinyasa, just straight back to down dog, whatever is really calling for you today. Straight away, inhaling that left leg all the way to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Inhale, knees extend up to high crescent. Opening straight up to your warrior two. Inhale to rise. Exhale to shift down. Inhale to rise. Exhale to shift down. 1 more time, inhale to rise. Exhale to shift down. And inhale, reversing that warrior. Exhale, slowly coming forward, extended side angle. Again, here, maybe half binding or full binding if it's in your practice. Just really breathing into that space. And if you want to start, just play here, lifting your chest to the wall. We're starting to walk that back foot forward, and slowly lifting that left leg to the sky. Maybe extending it out straight, or just keeping it bent. Just 1 more breath here, playing whichever variation you're in. And then slowly releasing, pulling that leg in towards center. And just coming into an easy tree pose. Obviously, tree pose can be anywhere, just avoiding that knee space. If you want it on your calf or your ankle instead, those are all variations, all tree pose. Every tree looks different, so all are tree pose. Just a couple more breaths here. Again, maybe playing with little movement or just stillness. And then slowly starting to pull that knee back in towards center, grabbing it with that right hand and extending it out, opening your left arm outward, little outer hip stretch there and outer calf. And then coming back to center, and maybe 1 more way to play, kicking out, whatever variation, maybe your hands on your hip. We're just keeping it in, whatever feels good here. Just really listen to your body today. And slowly, once more, pulling that knee all the way back in, releasing that foot to the ground, just folding forward, big release, rocking side to side. Planting that left hand on the ground, reaching the right to the sky here. Big bend in the knees if there's any tension. And planting it back down, switching it out. Reaching the left hand to the sky. Planting it back out. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rising up one vertebra at a time, neck and head last. Reaching those hands to the sky. Exhale, opening it out to the right, simple twist here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, simple twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, slowly bring those hands back in towards heart center, just coming for a nice, easy breath one more time. Just coming to a place of stillness, coming back to your breath. Just a couple more breaths here. Again, maybe starting to rock a little bit side to side, just so it makes it a little easier to find that center point of balance. You could feel what it feels like to have that center point thrown off, so that when you're back in center, you can really recognize it. Taking a big inhale, lifting those hands all the way back to the sky. Exhale, folding forward again, coming into a malasana squat here. Any variation, keeping those hands to the ground or to heart center. Feet as far out as comfortable. Maybe you're staying up on your toes or on your heels. If you want to plan another crow pose, feel free to here. Or just plan with lifting one arm or the other. Letting your head relax, maybe doing some little circle motions with your head here. And slowly sitting all the way back onto your heels and coming into everybody's favorite boat pose. Any variation here that feels good. Maybe your hands are holding back if that feels better for you. We're just gonna play with a couple little motions here. So folding downward and exhale as you crunch back up. Folding downward. Exhale as you crunch back up. Folding downward. Exhale as you crunch back up. Just 3 more. Folding downward. Exhale as you crunch back up. Folding downward. Exhale as you crunch back up. I think 1 more. And then coming all the way back up, just catching those feet and extending them all the way outward. And slowly releasing to the ground. Bring your feet in toward to touch. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, tucking those hands underneath your feet and just grabbing your feet so you can relax downward. Just a couple easy breaths here, just playing with whatever emotions feel really good right now. And slowly starting to rise back up. And extend both legs completely outward. Maybe bending the knees if that feels better. Just reaching back, lifting that chest to the sky, maybe dropping the neck back if it feels good. And then slowly folding forward, or just staying back if that feels better for you. Hands can just come maybe to the ground, maybe whatever feels really good. Big bend in the knees if that feels better. And again, you can play with stillness here, folding over, or just starting to find a little movement. And slowly rising back up. We're gonna bring that right knee in with us. Just holding it there for a breath. Really releasing that spine a little bit. And then slowly starting to shift open to the left, maybe catching your elbow on that knee. A little extra twist here. Slowly shifting to the other side. Same thing here, just opposite direction. Might feel a little better to just wrap that arm around. Just a little release twist here. And then coming forward, placing that leg right up there on your left thigh. If that doesn't feel so good, maybe planting it inward, whichever feels best here. And slowly starting to walk forward, maybe feeling this a little bit in your outer hip. Again, maybe a little movement here if that feels good. Just really playing, listening to your body, trying to cue back in here. And slowly starting to rise back up, releasing that leg. Once more folding over for a little release here, just as far as is comfortable. And rising back up, this time bringing that left knee with you. And starting to rotate open to the left, maybe catching that elbow on the outside. You could use your breath to aid you here. Each inhale, sitting up a little taller. Each exhale, twisting a little deeper. Just nice, easy breaths here, settling inward. One more big breath. And then slowly starting to come back in the opposite direction. Same thing here, maybe the elbow catches or maybe the arm just wraps around just for a simple little release twist. Same thing though, your breath can aid you a little bit. Slowly coming back to center, then stacking that left foot on top of the right. Maybe it comes all the way back down if that feels better. Just really playing with that. And then staying lifted, slowly starting to fold forward. Just try another little outer hip release there. Just big, easy breaths here. Again, just settling downward. And slowly rising back up, releasing that left foot back to the ground, and just folding over for a nice little release here. Maybe letting your neck go, your face go, just settling down one last time. Slowly rising and bending those legs as you come straight flat to your back. So here just playing with a quick bridge pose, keeping those hands flat to the ground, feet just beside them, and starting to lift up as you engage your core. Really engaging everything you can here, especially your glutes and quads. Pulling your knees in slightly so they don't flare outward. Maybe clasping those hands underneath and wiggling your shoulders under if that feels better. But just playing with what feels good here, just for 3 more breaths. And then slowly lowering back down, rocking it out a little bit. And we're going to lift up one more time, extra slow lift into the sky. Maybe this time bringing that right foot with you for an extra challenge, or just keeping it flat to the ground if you're not looking for a challenge today. And just big breaths. And then extra slow, lowering back down, shaking it out a little bit. Just for one more go here, lifting up extra slow. Really engaging one last time. Maybe that left foot comes with you on an extra challenge, or just keeping it flat to the ground. Even here, you could play with a little movement if you want to really feel those muscles engaging. Just 2 more breaths here. Slowly lowering back down and pulling those knees into its center, just rocking it out side to side. Maybe keeping those legs flat and windshield wipering, or just coming into a still broken bridge. Just big, easy breaths here. And pulling that right knee all the way in towards center, extending that left all the way out, big squeeze in towards your armpit, and slowly letting it fold out to the side, opening out your right shoulder to the mat. Just releasing into an easy supine twist here. Just big, easy breaths. Just trying to use this motion to relax downward. And slowly starting to pull that knee back into its center, big squeeze. And swap it out for your left. Big squeeze in towards your left armpit. Slowly lowering that leg to fall to the opposite side. Opening out that left arm to the side, just releasing here. Using again your breath just to really settle downward. Using each exhale to just see what other tension you could really just let go. Slowly squeezing that knee back in towards your left armpit. And at this point, squeezing both knees in and just rocking it out side to side. Any big release here. And at this point, taking any last motions that are really calling for you. Maybe it's happy baby, your plow pose, your shoulder stand. Just really listening to what's going to feel good today. Whenever you're ready, taking a really big squeeze, squeezing in your chin towards your knees, and taking the biggest breath of your practice, all the way to the top. And then big release, settling all the way out into your Shavasana. Just allowing yourself to settle downward here, feeling the weight of your whole body, just melting into your mat, into the ground beneath you. Deeper and deeper. Feeling everything slowly relax. Your jaw, your tongue, your shoulders, torso, hips, knees, to your feet. All the way up and down, just relaxing. Feeling free to stay here as long as you want, but whenever you're ready, just starting to find some little movement in your fingers, your toes, or rocking your head side to side. Slowly pulling your knees in and falling to one side in fetal pose. Just staying in any of these layers, or just slowly using your hands to assist you up, back into a seated position. Just feeling your spine tall, just taking nice, easy breaths here, really settling downward. Feeling and reaching those hands all the way to the sky, palms to touch. Exhale, bringing your hands back to heart center. And again, just taking a few breaths here to really settle downward. Big, easy breaths here. Just tuning into your body one last time, coming back to this present moment, this present breath. And whenever you're ready, just coming back to the center point. And thank you so much, and I hope you continue feeling and staying healthy and safe for these coming weeks and whatnot, and can't wait to see you next time.